Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
Well, we just had the queen on. That's right, the contest queen, sharing her secrets of how we can win all these contests at contestqueen.com. Later on, we're going to have the supermodel, Rachel McCord, and we'll be ending the show with the CEO of Dash Radio. Well, let's talk about our next hero, because she's certainly making an impact and helping so many people with what she does. It's all about knowing your why. And she is also the owner of McMurdie Law. Why mediate? Cristi McMurdie is a family and divorce lawyer and can be reached at McMurdieLaw.com. Again, McMurdieLaw.com. So, Cristi, what's something new or a story you could share about someone's why that really has impacted you and something that has impacted them by them actually discovering their why?
Well, last night I was at a group meeting of the Sisterhood of Happiness, and a woman there, I did her why discovery about a year and a half ago, and she recently went through a job transition, and because she knows her why, which is to find a better way and share it, she was able to go to identify where she could make the biggest impact and be the happiest, and she found the job of her dreams. She's back to event planning with a gigantic company with a huge budget, and she's happier than I've ever seen her. And she attributes it to knowing what her why is.
Now, Cristi, why is there so many people, why, right? Is there so many people that really don't know their true essence of their why?
It's hidden from us. The theory behind it comes from Simon Sinek's book called Start With Why that was written in about 2009, and he's famous for a lot of great business ideas. But the why that he describes and that I was trained in lies in your limbic brain, where you actually don't have access to language. And so it's impossible to articulate. You can tell by what you've done in your life. Once I help you understand what it is, I ask a series of questions in the why discovery process, and I can identify it. There's one of 9 that everybody has as a dominant why. And once you know, then I've had people actually break down and cry because they feel understood by themselves for the first time. It's amazing, really.
And again, you've got to go to McMurdieLaw.com. That's McMurdie Law.com, so that you can connect with Cristi, because, again, so many things you need to figure out and know what your why is. Now, let me get this right. Is this actually true, too? Now, you provide legal services, you're an attorney, designed really to keep clients out of the courtroom?
Yes, I've been doing mediation for over 20 years. And in mediation, what we do is if parties are able to negotiate, I help them as a neutral mediator reach the terms of the agreements of whatever their case is, and we prepare their documents, and then they file them with court as a stipulated agreement, or what's called a consent decree of dissolution of marriage, and they never have to go to court. And then there's another way that's new too in Arizona called collaborative law. And that's where we form a team of professionals that usually consists of an attorney for each party or each spouse that's involved in the case, a CPA that's a neutral who's been trained in collaborative law, and a coach therapist who's also been trained in collaborative law. We form a team and we sign a participation agreement that says that if we don't settle the entire case, we're conflicted out. So everybody has skin in the game and an interest in settling the case prior to going to court.
Now, I hear all these different statistics about divorce and stuff. Really, what is one of the top 1 or 2 things or reasons why people get divorced?
Well, I call it the 3 A's, and I should probably write a book about this. The 3 A's are addiction, abuse, and adultery. And they all kind of mix with each other.
Wow. And what are the stats now, too? It seems like those stats, I see so much on the internet. It's like, what are the stats?
In different states, there are different populations that are involved in divorce. In Maine, they're very conservative there, and they have a lower divorce rate. But in Arizona, a lot of people are moving here to change their lives, and some of them are coming here to change their lives and maybe save their marriage, and sometimes it doesn't work. So we have a little bit higher average of divorce than some of the other states that don't have as much of an influx of people coming from the Midwest and California and other states that are flocking here. So, and we love them, it's fine, but the rate is it's around 60%.
Incredible. Well, you're listening to Eliances Heroes. Be a hero with me, David Kogan. Go to Where Entrepreneurs Align, the only community where entrepreneurs align. Be part of it at Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. And we have Cristi McMurdie, who could be reached at McMurdieLaw.com. Of course, we'll also have her link on our website, so you can hear this again at Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. Now, Cristi, you are part of the Eliances community. You're highly respected within the community and stuff. What's it like? You were recently at one of our grand tables where we had 250 of the most amazing people in the world there. What was it like for you to be part of that?
It's wonderful to be part of such a high-level professional community of people who are reaching for more and interested in the cutting edge of everything, what's happening now. And it's such an aware community, and they like to work together. So it's really fun. It's like being with your counterparts. You know, everybody is excited about the expansion of all of what we're doing.
And now also, too, I think it's important to note to our listeners is that you have two grown sons that you're very, very proud of, who are a product really of your own parenting plan, because this came out of your own divorce.
Yes, we divorced in 1994, and my children at that time were 10 and 13. And now they're 32 and 35. So that was quite a while ago. And so we did equal time parenting. My ex-husband was very involved in parenting. He was a very involved father. And our sons were my younger son told me that if it hadn't been for the divorce, he probably would have been a lot worse, because he had to take himself seriously at that point. And he acted out a lot less because he was just nervous enough to manage himself. And they both did really well in school. They managed their own homework, and they're just excellent. They're just excellent kids.
On the why part, what's the youngest or the oldest that someone would go through to find their why? And also, too, is why, again, back to this, it's always asking why. My son always asks, why this? Why? Why don't they teach or do any of this within the educational system?
Well, it's a very new idea. You know, like I said, the school that I attended came out of Simon Sinek's book in 2009. So it hasn't been around long enough or gathered enough momentum to actually be infiltrated into the education systems yet. And your other question, David?
Was in regards to the age. What is the
yes.
ideal age? You know, am I too old now to, figure out what my why is? Well, am I too young? I'm not quite there. When?
I think the youngest child that I've done is around age 12. But honestly, when you start getting introspective, it's usually when you're above 20. In your mid-20s, all the way up to your 50s is when people usually get introspective. And that's when people really want to know, and it makes sense that they've had enough life experience to say to themselves, oh, that makes sense.
Can your why change?
No. Nope. And I have a friend who's working on his second PhD, and his name is Carl Faulkner, and he is helping me with the determination of when it originates. We'd like to know when it starts, sometime in your early years, and it gets crystallized.
Fantastic.
It's with you for life.
Cristi, you help so many, and you guide them to why they are the way they are and help them reframe and create a life more in parallel with what they need to be happy. Because really that's what it is, right? It's about being happy in life and getting the most out of it.
That's right.
Cristi McMurdie, who could be reached at McMurdieLaw.com. That's McMurdie Law.com. Make sure that you check her out. Learn your why. McMurdieLaw.com. This is David Kogan with Eliances, and when we return, supermodel Rachel McCord.